Mix it up with this cold work. Get people on board. See what we're talking about here. If you like making these kind of sculptures, or at least just glancing at them right now on Instagram, because there's so few of us out there doing this, so it's not like you got a who's who glossary. But you realize you can make these for half, if not a third, of the price it takes to buy an expensive torch and go that direction? You'd be shocked to find out that the skill set it takes, the two tools that it takes, and the education of knowing what to choose, if it's carefully guided, it's right here. But since there's nothing out there coordinated, that's a difficult thing to say. Good luck finding anything on cold work. I constantly get people all the time, every week, 1, 2, 5 at a time sometimes. Where can I get some more information? Am I going to teach it? No, I'm not going to teach it, actually. At this point, I have no real reason to do that and to create a mishmash, because we're bypassing something very important. Why would I teach? What I would like to show, hence teach, in my introduction to cold work, what is cold work? What's essential? What's critical? What's the language? Where do I go to find the language? You know? I don't know. What's the glass do I use? What's the strategies? Where do I go advantage-wise? How do I get in this thing? Where do I go? I don't know what to say. I go to a company and I say, what do you know about cold work? Explain yourself. I can't. I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's kind of a slip and slide conversation right now because there's nothing congruent. There's nothing put together. There is no Cold Work R Us website yet of, well, what does it take? How much does it cost? Well, I've seen some Bethlehem torches. Let's give a comparison. I've seen some Bethlehem torches, and you can correct me because I don't know much about the torch work, but I've known many fantastic artists. And $5,500, $7,500 for some great torches is not out of this ballpark. And then with custom setup rigs and carbon whatnot tools, you can get really expensive. You can get up there. Let's put it that way. With the deoxygenator and all the other gadgetry, you could be seeing yourself at anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 to get into the torch world. And really, putting out $10,000 in that world doesn't gain you success. It just means you got absolute that lateral movement and latitude with all your tools of having the finest. Yeah, the chord is there to be struck, but you got to guide the chord, bro. I mean, so you can't bypass you. That you are the foundation. I'm going to introduce cold work. I'm only going to introduce it. And it's going to be a strategery, if you will, of names, glasses, all kinds of different things. And I want to teach people, if I was to use that word awkwardly, I want to teach people with the notion, I want to wave the carrot. This is an overview of my kit, by the way, in the background. And this kit is going to be the biggest and the finest in the world. But you wouldn't know that because you have nothing to compare to. Or it's the carrot. I will create the carrot that tells you, oh my, I need this kit. Or something like it. Or I need it in this game. Because there is no information about this game. By and large, you're extracting information all over the place. Rumors here, Facebook that, Instagram collective shots this, and what he said, she said. Yeah. Well, these are some of my examples. I've made more. Sold them. I have to tell you, being autistic, synesthetic, hearing color, and almost 100% colorblind, I'm having a full-blown experience. Trust me, I am having a full-blown experience. This stuff just mixes me up. But it's the most soothing thing I've ever experienced in the world of glass. I feel the frequencies through my synesthesia. I hear color. No, I don't hear Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. It's a part of your brain that it's satisfied through those frequencies. It's all in your mind anyway, remember? You could hold your hand in the flame, but the mind says, danger, Will Robinson, you're out of there. You could jump into a frozen lake and wouldn't bother you a bit, but the body says, warning, Will Robinson, we're having a problem. You get the idea. It's all in the mind. Nothing of these items right here, and I didn't make that. This is by the famous Robert Stefan. Signed and for sale by The Wave. But none of these pieces were done with heat. None. The initial thing of heat is when they made the materials. Okay? Kind of like saying, these are all various sizes of wood. 2x4s, 4x8s, blah, 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 blah. Well, you're not making that. You're utilizing what already is and creating something out of it. But that a component that wants to short circuit people with no heat. How is that? I know I'm teasing you, right? I'm doing this intentionally because the enticement is there's not enough information to argue with me. So I'm toying creatively. And this is the way I want to explore cold work. Through the two levels of consciousness, theory and logic. Logic, the pragmatic facts, what's it weigh, what color, cost, what can it... But the theoretical mind wants to know, what could I do? The theoretical mind wants to, really? With 6 of those, I could do that? It wants to invent and explore something that ain't pragmatic. It gets to launch itself in its own perception of how it operates. It wants to wander. Logical minds want to say, can I make 11 of them? What's it sell for? How much an inch? How much a pound? How much of my effort's going to be? Yeah, well, it's all right. Some people think that way, see that way. Others dream it up. Logical does it. It's all under the guise of to each their own. Your perception, put it into your analytics. You make it happen. Let the light shine on you. This is the mirror within that gets the enjoyment, not what somebody else says. It's that holding it in your hand, holding in the light, and before you show it to your mom, dad, sis, bro, mate, whatever, and you're going, I made that? I made that? Come on, man, me, sign my hand. Hey, right hand, sign my left hand. I get stupid giddy over this. I've never created such beauty in my life as easily as I have. This is cold work, y'all. It's complicated. But yet, for people like me with crazy sensory, my feeling these colors, like it makes my stomach twist. I mean, it's like, it's roller coaster ass because of the frequencies. Hey, what do you think is the fastest color to reach your eye? If all crayons were shot out of a box at the same time, what color do you think would reach your eye the first? Think about it in frequency. Highest pitch, going to break the glass. What do you think it is? You already know it. Most of us seek it. The golden rays of the sun, yellow. Fastest frequency. Break the glass, Ella Fitzgerald with the Memorex commercial. Well, those are called loud screaming colors. There's so much science in this, and yet there's no information. You want to hear from a crazy, autistic, kind of crazy person that is actually creating them, or do you want to hear some academia? Well, A and B, equals C. I'm doing this. I shouldn't be doing that. I should not be doing that. But one more component. Let's look at this. Check this out. Didn't know this, so I was gluing it up. Okay, this is a crabby handheld UV light. Ta-da! It's UV reactive. Didn't know it. It's in the kit. We're going to talk crazy. We're going to talk inventive. And we're going to talk about levels of confidence. We're going to arrive at them in ways like, I want it to be a coach job. I don't want to just teach. I want people to feel it and to become part of them. That's where I'm after.